Welcome to That Sounds Terrific in the 585. Join hosts Nick Koziel and Christine Green as they spotlight the incredible leaders, visionaries, and innovators shaping Rochester and the 585 community. From transformative stories to big ideas, we celebrate the people making our community a better place to live, work, and thrive. So sit back, relax, and listen to what makes the 585 sound terrific.
Welcome to That Sounds Terrific in the 585 with Nick Koziel and Christine Green. Today we have Sue Reuter of Flight Wine Bar right in the heart of Rochester in the Cornhill neighborhood. Sue, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It has been really excited to get you on the podcast. We've been wanting to do this for a while. Why don't let's jump right in. Are you a native Rochesterian?
I am born and raised, mostly in Gates, but went to high school in Greece, hung out at Charlotte Beach more than I should have.
You're young. You got to hang out at the beach. We all
right? Did. No, I love every part of Rochester. I love all of our festivals. Even at Flight Wine Bar, I have the City magazine every month. I visit Rochester's Explorer Guide. When I meet new people, I get very excited to share all the fun things that we do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you're one of those engaging kind of people. Like I remember, I think the first time we met was through the Visitors Industry Council meeting, and like you make everyone feel so welcome at that thing. Like everyone, you're just like one of those magnets that everyone needs to talk to. So I can't believe it took this long, honestly, to get you on the show. But like you're doing some really cool things, and we want to hear all about it. Well, Flight Wine Bar is one of the things, definitely, right? So why don't you tell us a little bit about, how that came to be?
So Flight Wine Bar has actually been here in this location for 14 years. I think I'm the oldest wine bar in Rochester now because Solera was the oldest, and that's changed hands. So I'm pretty sure this is it.
That reset the clock.
I know it. I took over 2.5 years ago and love it. I've been in the wine world maybe 15 years. Started at Deer Run Winery on Canisius Lake, then met a whole bunch of liquor store owners, restaurant owners, managed everything, did all the hospitality jobs. And when I saw, it was summer 2022, that Flight Wine Bar was for sale, my husband was like, go for it. Like, it's time for you to do all these things for yourself instead of everybody else. So it's been great. Every job I've had, though, led to this. So I love all the different jobs I've had because everything has led to presentation, and the jazz musicians I know and all the wine reps that I know are all my friends. So I go to work every day and I hang out with friends.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Amazing. That's amazing. And it's such a lovely little space, like right there by now I can't say it. The sign, the Cornhill sign.
Right Cornhill. We're Cornhill Landing, and then across the street is Cornhill Market.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when people come into Flight Wine Bar, what should they expect?
Oh boy. I mean, I always brag I have the best staff. Everybody has great staff, but I've had most of the same staff for 2 years. So if I'm here or if I'm not here, there's definitely going to be a level of customer service that we all try to give. We have flights of wine, beer, hard ciders, small NA menu, small plates, and the staff has gotten to the point that you just tell us what you like to drink and we'll figure it out from there.
That's great. That's great. Always good to have great service. And you know what, Christine, why aren't we doing this one live?
Come on down. I'm here now.
Yeah, we should have done this one live. What were we thinking? So, I mean, there's other things that you guys all do, like events and things like that. So why don't you get into a little bit about that too?
Yeah.
So when I took over, I knew I wanted to add live jazz every Friday, Saturday night. And at the time, I think I was the only one in Rochester that only was doing jazz. Now there's a different little venues that are doing a lot of jazz music, or they rotate in between. And that's been very popular. Jazz and wine 100% go together. We do a lot of wine and food pairing dinners. I have a manager now who teaches wine classes, which is so exciting because I love wine and I can pick out good wine, but I can't tell you all the reasons it's a great wine. She can.
Mhm.
And fundraisers. This year was a big year. I wanted to branch into a lot of local charity fundraisers. So almost every Thursday, we have something going on. I donate 20% of the sales back to the charity, and we usually have one or two wine baskets available to raffle. And then sometimes they bring in things that they can raffle off, and they keep all the raffle money, any 50-50 money. And every time I just meet new people. It's amazing how many people walk in and had no idea there was a wine bar here.
Wow. Are you podcasting from Flight right now?
I am.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We
To
open
those
at 4,
listening,
so if you're
we're
thirsty.
I know we should have been there right now. So
Yeah.
to those who are listening slash watching
Watching.
our video, Sue is at her place of business, Flight Wine Bar. And so do you have a glass of wine in hand?
Not yet. Right now, I have my coffee.
Okay,
Boss
yeah,
lady
sometimes
coffee.
coffee comes first, right?
Yeah, so water and coffee all day, wine at night.
Yeah.
Nice.
See,
Sue, what
again,
kind of,
another reason we should have been there, Christine.
Yes.
We
I
did
know.
not think ahead.
Sue, what kind of, you mentioned the fundraisers, and we
Yes.
want to dive into that a little bit. Who are some of, or what are some of the organizations that you are supporting with your fundraisers?
So I just saw Michelle Martell. We're doing our second Veterans Outreach Center
Oh,
fundraiser. I'm friends with Amanda and Jeannie with In This Moment, who I know
Mhm.
was on your
Yeah.
podcast not too long ago. So we have a guest bartending night coming up with them with some very fun guest bartenders. So I'll save that one. Bavonia Center, we have, I think, the second or third one coming up. Oh no, they're doing monthly this summer. Sorry, we have a few coming up monthly, and it's just been fun. Catholic Charities. I mean, some of it's through friends, some of it's
Hmm.
through people word of mouth finding out that we're doing these fundraisers, and I feel like happy hour is a great way to get
Yeah.
people to come down. They support the fundraiser. They can mingle, have a glass of wine. It's social, so
Yeah,
it's all worked out really well.
it's definitely a good
wow.
way to do that. And actually, when I was in meeting with Sarah Pasamonte, another past guest, talking about her doing a fundraiser with your staff, so she was there talking to your staff. And then in walked Amanda Chestnut, and like we shared this on a previous episode too. Like I literally was telling Sarah, you should try something like the chapbooks thing for Compeer,
Mhm.
and I'm like, all right, do you know Amanda Chestnut? Do you know in this moment? And like she's like walking in the door behind me. So it was pretty cool. But you are a meeting place, and like I've frequented your establishment on several occasions, and it's like every time I'm in there, and I'm not from Rochester originally, but it's like every time I'm in there, I'm meeting someone that I'm connected with, or making a new friend.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a great meeting place for people.
DNC listed us as one of the best places to take a date.
Ooh, how
Well, it wasn't doing
fun.
that because my wife hasn't been there yet. So like, but we will have to make a date night out of it and bring her there. So sorry, Christine, I totally interrupted you.
Oh gosh, I knew what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I
you
wasn't
don't
in
know.
that part of your mind.
Um, Sue, I want to know a little bit about who you are
Yeah.
outside of Flight. So you have 5 kids, right?
I have 5 kids. My last 2 are twins,
Wow.
and I have
Twin
2
Club.
stepchildren. Yep. And so between us, we have 7 kids, 4 plus ones, and now we have a 15-month-old granddaughter.
Oh,
Oh, how
congrats.
fun. Is everyone local?
Almost. I have 2 daughters in Georgia. My son and his wife are in New York City, but they're going to come back in the fall because he got into a 1-year nursing program through U of R.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
So,
are.
yes, the Italian mom, I'm very happy to get all the kids back as often as I can.
oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then we get the grandbaby 1 to 2 days a week. And I tell everybody she's like the puppet master and we're her puppets. We do whatever she says.
I mean, yeah, right. That's how it goes,
I go
Grandma.
from
Are
running
you
my own
Grandma?
business to
Are you,
chasing a 1.5-year-old.
yeah.
And
What do
which
you?
can be more tiring than running your own business.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Are you Grandma? Are you Mimi? What's your
Grandma. Grandma.
Grandma? I love
Yeah. I just so the German version of grandma is Oma and
Mhm.
my husband's Opa. But my kids are like, we're not German. Our kids are going to call you grandma. So I was like, I might as well go with what. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be whatever she calls me.
Yeah.
I have an aunt who wanted to be grandma, and her first grandchild could only say Amma. So she's
Yeah.
Amma.
Yeah. Gotta just pick an easy name. If you want to pick something, you gotta pick it easy, right?
Yeah,
Right, right.
exactly.
So,
So,
um,
oh, sorry, Nick, go ahead.
no, you can go ahead. That's cool.
I was gonna say, Sue, when you look at how far you've come with Flight in the last couple of years, that you've had it, what, 4 years now? I'm sorry, two,
No, 2.5.
2.5. So, to be honest, no shade to previous owner, I don't even know who they are. I knew nothing of Flight Wine Bar until you owned it. And that is because you are so
Engaging.
into community support and community connection.
Yes.
What have you always had this kind of outgoing personality, this kind of need to connect with the community, or is that something that really developed as you became a business owner with Flight?
No, I probably would say I've always had it. My kids, my first marriage, we were in Bloomfield for 20 years. So I
Mhm.
think that helped being in a
Mhm.
small community. You know all your kids' friends, you know all the parents, the teachers, the bus drivers, and then you get involved in everything. And through Visit Rochester, I always joke, Visit Rochester is a family. Like it's not even a networking, it is networking in tourism, but when I go to the meetings, I feel like it's just one big family. So the best part for me with the bar is the fundraising with to support some of my friends and their charities. And like right now, I have Dick Bennett's artwork up on the walls. So we're doing a Meet the Artist night next week. And I'm rotating different artists out as much as I can. We're doing wine pairing events on the tourism boat Rivery across the
Mhm.
driveway. Being in Cornhill Landing, I've become friends with all the other restaurant owners. So if I'm full, I try to shoo them to one of the local restaurants in the area. A lot of us wine bar owners became friends. We started a wine bar tour. It's almost
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
when one person does well, everybody does well.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it should be. That's how
Yeah.
it should be. And that is wonderful to hear because everyone in the Rochester community, the restaurant scene is very, very dynamic. And there's some very big personalities, very big names. And I just love that you Flight Wine Bar and your name have become synonymous with community, good service, good wine, and friendliness. And
Mhm.
honestly, that doesn't apply to everybody. And that's a huge deal. And as someone, I don't drink alcohol for a variety of reasons, and I'm still so appreciative of of your business here in
Thank
town.
you. That just means so much to me because I mean, on a different podcast, I had said, being someone who didn't go to college and didn't have a big plan, to have this just work out so well means the world to me. And then to hear that, just it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I second that for sure. Like I said, you know, you're always there with a big smile on your face. Like I can't believe you're at the wine bar as much as you're at the wine bar because you're so active in everything else. Like it's like you're cloned. And I'm like, do your clones ever cross paths? Because like what would happen to the Matrix then? You know, it's just it's funny because like you laugh, but it's true. Like I stop in and you're there, and then all of a sudden you're somewhere else. It's just like it's crazy. But I do love again going back to the nonprofits that you support and the way that you know you give 20% of the business to the nonprofits and you allow them to have their you know their 50/50 raffles and whatnot. It's like close to another part of the Dogs for a Cause band that I'm involved with. They do something similar at venues like yours, and I love when venues are willing to work with groups to like uplift a cause, and it's just a great experience, a great atmosphere. But what else? I mean, there's other things that you do, right? You're very active in the VIC, and but like what else is Sue doing?
Uh, I feel like networking became my full-time
Right?
between Visit Rochester. I love to go to the city magazine launches, the 585, where again, you see so many of the Visit Rochester family. So you can walk into a room by yourself and know 20 people in the room. I just joined Rotary, just came from a Rotary lunch today in my free time. But yeah, probably nights off. Me and my husband are friends with a lot of restaurant and bar owners. So we definitely try to patronize them, especially
Mhm.
after COVID. After COVID
Yeah.
hit, I was like, we're only going to our friends' places right now.
Mhm.
And there's always something new too. So as much as I love to go see our friends and visit our friends, we like to hit the new spots also. So
Yeah.
the little bit of free time we have that going on. This summer, my mission is to get on the boat more because we have a
Mhm.
boat on the river. And last year, I think we got on it about 6 times. So I'm like, yeah,
That's what
this year we're going
happened.
on it. We're going to roll out of bed and jump on the boat if we have to.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what happens when you're so busy. You're just gonna have to get a bigger boat and like start bringing guests on the boat, right?
We've
Wine
done
wine tours.
staff meetings on the boat.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
God, how
yeah, that's
cool
good.
is that? Okay, I need to tell my
I
boss
love
to
our
get a
staff.
boat.
We did a staff meeting at Unwind Wine Bar,
Mhm.
and they had done one here. We did one at the Rock Holiday Village. I got an igloo. We did our Christmas staff meeting. We did
Oh,
one at the City Magazine, not this past year, the year before, the best of. We did
Okay.
our dinner first, and then our staff meeting, we joke, was the award ceremony. So we try to have fun too as a group.
That's definitely a great example. Like, you talk about collaboration and utilizing other people's services and like uplifting them. It also uplifts you. And there are like, not to say that there's a lot of businesses that don't do that, but they don't emphasize it as much as you do. And there's just so many benefits to it. And could you just kind of share like what in your experience you've seen like the benefits of like collaborating and patronizing other restaurants and stuff?
Oh, definite. So I told you a lot of us wine bar owners have become friends. And we started a wine bar tour. And I think that blows most people's minds that we're working together, we support each other. If I'm booked for a private event and someone calls for the same date, I'm going to send them to one of the other wine bars. Um, I mean, Omar at Red, White, and Brew is awesome. He pops in here unexpectedly. We pop in there unexpectedly. It's just fun. I mean, all of it is so much fun. And trying to remember Danny Deutsch down at Abilene. He's a
oh
trip.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
popped in here, and I'm like, how did you get a night off? Talk about someone who's always at the bar.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah. And then a lot of us use like the same printer, the same accountant. So we all bump into each other everywhere. It's just a fun community, the bar and restaurant world.
Yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
you should have an event like Wine-a-Palooza where like you all gather together and it's like all the wine bars.
I mean, right? I
Right?
mean, over in the Finger Lakes, there's always some sort of like festival or wine day and wine tasting. Like, why not all of you guys get together and have a wine festival like in the heart of the city? Look, Nick and I
I
are
love
going to
it.
be here with the ideas for you.
Yeah.
I love it. We're going to have to plan that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get right on that.
Speaking of wine, and I keep saying I want to rewind more, but I do. I want to know you worked in the wine industry prior
Yeah.
to owning Flight.
Yeah.
How did you get into the wine industry?
Oh, it's hilarious. I'd actually worked at a bank for 18 years,
Oh, okay.
and that just, everything changes. Like you go to work and this is your job, and over 18 years, it morphs into something you're not want to do anymore. So I sent my resume as a joke almost, my brain, I'm like, what would be the perfect job? Like I'm starting over. Oh, I'll go work at a winery. I had no wine knowledge at all. Drank white wine out of a box, and two wineries offered me a position. And
That's
I think it was
awesome.
more the customer service skills and being able to handle money. So I went to
Oh,
Deer
sure.
Run Winery, which was small, family owned, amazing family. Learned so much from them. And just like the bar and restaurant world, all the wineries are friends. All the
Mhm.
winery owners are
Mhm.
friends. All the salespeople, the people who go to the events. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun. And that's when I would do tastings at liquor stores and meet liquor store owners and managers, and they would introduce me to restaurant owners. So a lot of it just spirals from that. Social. It's
Yeah.
all social.
Yeah.
I love that
Speaking,
you. Oh,
oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead,
I
Nick.
was going to say,
Oh,
speaking of spiraling, as soon as you
Always.
said I used to work in a bank, but then I'm like, my mind spirals. Then it drove me to drink. So that's how I got into wine. Funny story. That's
I
where I thought you were
know.
going, but your story was much better.
well, everyone who comes in, customers who go to a bank are usually angry. Like the bank charged them a fee or they're checked in and clear. And
Yeah.
then you go to work at a winery and everybody's happy. They're so happy to see you.
It's like the yin and yang of jobs. I get it.
It was awesome. And same
Absolutely.
here. Everyone who walks in here is so happy. And it's the only job like your friends and your family can come and visit you and you can sit down and have a glass of wine with them.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's awesome. Sue, and I know you mentioned this a little bit earlier that you have a food menu. Can you elaborate? Not that we want to like list everything you have, but do you have mostly little bites that pair with the wines that you offer, or can people come in and have like a meal? Tell us more
No,
about that.
I mean, they're cheese trays, but
Okay.
again, being half Italian, they're decent portion cheese trays. It could be dinner. Uh, that was one of the first things I did was increase the portion sizes.
Ah,
So we have cheese and meats. I have F. Oliver's oil because whatever I can do locally, of course you want to.
sure.
Tony's popcorn, Paul Guglielmo salsa, and we just started branching into some vegan options. We have a vegan wine class coming up
Oh,
that if it
nice.
does well, I think we're going to keep doing those every so many months. So we brought in a vegan cheese from Spirit in Abundance. We bought a vegan salami from grass-fed vegan butcher. So
Wow.
a lot of that. And then on the bottom of the food menu is all the logos of all the businesses I work with. So we do have some New York State wines, a lot of local breweries, some local beer-based seltzers, kombucha from Kombucha.
Oh, you have
So yeah, as
kombucha
much as I
there.
can do local, we do.
Yeah, cat booch is great stuff. I love it.
Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah.
I used to manage a wine bar in Pittsburgh via Jira Soleil, and we met her there, and everyone loves it. It's a
Oh
great thing.
yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
I just have
Yeah.
to thank you, Christine, for now making me hungry on top of the fact that I
All
want
right.
wine.
I am
So,
kind of hungry too. I sat down, I was like, before we signed on, I thought I should have had a little snack.
yeah, right.
But
It's like,
yet
again, we should be at the wine bar.
be
What were
at
we
the wine bar.
thinking?
We should record it. Not that we can bring,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess we could. We could bring a computer. That's all I have.
yeah.
Um, we could we
We
could
could
Now,
do it. I mean, I've done on site before, but um, one time we had a ghost turn off the camera. So it gets like really, a hard, it can be a hard sell sometimes live.
was
yeah,
But
it
then you get
at
to
Union Tavern?
yep, Union Tavern.
I love the Kellys. They're
Yeah,
great. I have a
Kelly's
flight
is
everything's
great.
called the Bossy
called.
Flight.
Yep.
I have a In This Moment flight. I have a Pride flight. I'm working on Image Out.
Awesome.
Wow, I just love that. So you're picking wines that people can have to appreciate. Well, tell us more about
Yeah.
how those flights come together for these events.
So the Bossy Flight is women-owned wineries because Bossy
Hmm.
started by Kelly Bush, Kelly Majors, supports women-owned businesses. It's kind of a networking, sometimes sounding board.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they're
Having a
really
bad
great.
day, you could
Yeah.
just type something in. Or like one time I was looking for someone to make name tags and I had a bunch of recommendations from them. In This Moment flight is Black owned wineries, and Pride I love because Pride is all bubbles but different colors. So we have
Hmm.
Prosecco, sparkling rosé, sparkling red. And Image Out, I'm working on LGBTQ owned wineries.
That's awesome.
So I love that. It's always a challenge, but sometimes it'll pigeonhole me because, like, if I want to switch my Pinot Grigio, I'm like, wait, is that women owned? I
Yeah.
need a women owned.
But that's
No,
so
that's
important,
awesome.
right? In the
Yeah.
decisions you make as a business owner. I mean, the decisions we make as a consumer, right? Sometimes we forget, but we try to be this thing I'm going to buy supports a local business or it supports a certain cause, or it's almost it's not quite voting with your dollar, but in some ways it is, right? And so as business owners, to kind of consciously support other business owners who need um a light shined on them, or need a hand up rather than a punch
Mhm.
down, because they're already struggling, whether it's Black owned, women owned, LGBTQ owned, who always have to be fighting to kind of get in front of the world. To have another business owner come in and be like, I got you,
Yeah.
that's not unimportant, Sue. That is like chef's kiss. You are the
Yeah. For sure. And, to mention also Kelly and her podcast is also on the Lunchador Podcast Network. And we were just on Chris Lindstrom's podcast, featuring, and he does Food About Town. So, like, he's all about what's going on food wise and drink wise and everything. Um, so, speaking of local in Rochester, there's another connection. This is like Sue. This is like the episode that is connecting all of the episodes. We
What
even
is it,
brought in That
seven
Sounds
degrees?
Terrifying. I mean, come on.
yeah. Yeah. But we
I
do
love
that a lot, Nick.
Yeah,
Like we'll be like, oh, and so and so, and
yeah,
then how, and then next thing you know, we have like 40 more
right.
people.
Well,
Rochester is a small world and the liquor world is smaller.
Rochester really is small. I was talking to someone about like, and that's not a bad thing. It's just, I think we're a medium-sized city that has a lot of good and bad national light shined on us from time to time. And so sometimes it feels like a big city, but then when you really start to know and make these connections in the 585, particularly in the heart of the city, everybody knows each other.
yeah,
Everybody
Yeah.
knows each other.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so we've talked about a lot of different things. We've talked about, we've talked about Flight Wine Bar. I even gave like two or three nods during my improv to Flight Wine Bar. I
Yes, you
love
did.
the Flight Wine Bar. And I think to the point where they were like almost pulling me off stage. Okay, stop talking about the Flight Wine Bar. You know? So, but like, so what's next? Like, what's on the horizon for Flight Wine Bar and for Sue?
So we do have, it's not really a secret because I've been telling people, but this summer I am investing in a permanent awning for the patio
Awesome.
because a lot of the things here are 14 years old. And the awning I had, if it rained hard enough, it just was a monsoon under it. So this will be up all year, which is awesome because I do tons of private events
Mhm.
and everyone wants to be outside in the nice
Yeah.
weather.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now we can be, even if it's raining. He also told me if I put one upright heater under there, it'll be 70 degrees no matter what. And we already
Nice.
have that and a little fire pit. So improve just cosmetic improvements now. We did a
Yeah.
lot with the tables and chairs. And one of the first things I did was ask my husband to redo the bathroom because us women love our pretty bathrooms. And then the wines are always changing. The food pretty much stays the same, but we try to offer fun new things. We do monthly specials. So right now it's a strawberry prosciutto mozzarella skewer is my monthly
Ooh.
special.
Awesome.
And just always fun new things.
Yeah.
Like I said, I do a lot of private events and they get a whole other menu because I can't offer things like shrimp cocktail every day and nobody orders it and I have to throw it away.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's a better, not, I don't want to say better,
There's
there's
a
a
catered
bigger
menu.
menu for
Mhm.
private events.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I feel like when you said like just put one heater up and it's 76 degrees underneath that awning, it's like Rochester weather's like challenge accepted.
Yes.
We'll
Probably. We'll
see
get a
about
hurricane
that.
that
Yeah.
day.
Let's
And
see,
speaking
74. Haha. No, but that's
speaking of
great. I mean,
Rochester connections and events, I gotta plug the magazine, right? I gotta plug
Yeah.
it. We're gonna do our happy hour it's the July one, correct?
Yes.
July.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
I was
I'm so excited, and I don't. Do we have the date? We have the date somewhere, but do I have the date?
Well, we'll put it in the show notes.
Okay, that's perfect.
And we'll announce it, and maybe, we'll have this episode come out a little bit before that, and then we'll definitely try to be there, and you can, well,
It's the
I'll be there.
first-
We'll be there, and you
Yes.
can meet the podcasters and Sue.
July 8th. It's July 8th. I had to look it up.
Perfect.
I
Yes.
gave her enough time. I stalled long
July.
enough.
Yes, look at it. It's on my calendar too. I just had to find my calendar. So yes, July 8th. Come meet Sue.
Yeah. So, and we'll get to use the new awning. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I know. I'm really excited.
And hopefully we won't need to test the heater out that day, because that
No,
would
'cause
be
it's
bad.
July. It's going to be 111 degrees. It's going to be a beautiful day. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Beautiful.
just teasing. Oh, so Sue, is there anything else that you want to touch on that we haven't talked about? We talked about a lot of different things today.
Did. I mean, I'm just having a ball doing this, and getting, like I said, I get to hang out with my friends. Last night we had 6 people in here. They were all friends of some connection.
Mhm.
And I said, let's just sit outside. Like, we all know each other. We're all friends. So of course we went to sit outside. 5 minutes later, it started raining.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all, I say we, because I speak for the staff.
Mhm.
I call them the kids because I joke I could be their mom. One of them is my daughter, so technically. But a lot of people, because I'll say, oh, the kids do this. They're like, oh, your kids work there. I'm like, well, it's my staff, but I call them the kids. But I do. Again, I feel like we're one big happy family, and they surprise me every week with their knowledge and the things they delve into and their ideas. Like we changed the furniture in one room because one of the girls was like, I want to flip-flop this room. I'm like, okay. And we flip-flop the room.
Very nice. Well, that's awesome. I mean, Sue, it's been great having you on the show for sure. We definitely should have done this in person, so we're gonna have to probably do it again so we can just be in person. But if you're looking for something to do, you definitely have to stop by. And if you're looking for a friend, you definitely have to stop by. If you're looking to promote a nonprofit and raise some money, or you're just looking for some great wine from a great person, definitely go check out Flight Wine Bar and Sue. So thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Sue. This was so much fun.
And I'll see you both soon.
Yes.
For sure.
Bye.
Yay.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of That Sounds Terrific in the 585. Check out our website, www.thatsoundsterrific.com, to see a full list of episodes and learn more about our hosts, Nick Koziel and Christine Green. Be sure to find us on your favorite social media platforms or podcast listening service by searching That Sounds Terrific, and feel free to give us a 5-star rating if you enjoy our show. Until next time.